This is all orchestrated, what they're doing. None of this is on accident. It is absolutely, every bit of it is orchestrated. And it goes beyond trying to destroy Caitlin Clark. The real agenda is to destroy free speech.
The WNBA is a political organization that was created to impose and advance communism and Marxism. The apparent favorite for Rookie of the Year is Caitlin Clark. However, Monica McNut and other critics made odd comments about her earlier this year. According to McNut, Clark's inclusion on Team USA was somewhat disrespectful, or at the very least, it was being used as a wedge. To impose the movement of feminist identity politics everywhere, I've been making an effort to convey to others how crucial the sports industry is to maintaining cultural control. But additionally, they were able to use the WNBA to further control society and advance a goal that undermines our Constitution and free expression. It was inferred by Marxists. She reaffirmed her position on Get Up in early July. However, I can't remember her specific remarks from the first take. That is the fundamental idea behind everything. Caitlin Clark isn't there. Our Constitution is being destroyed, and our basic freedom of speech is being destroyed. The absence of free speech is followed by the absence of freedom of religion. But religion is hated by Marxism. Clark had already accomplished a triple-double by then, demonstrating the fierce competition in the Rookie of the Year campaign. For example, Angel Reese was real because her odds were just at 350 D. John I. Carrington poked Caitlin Clark in the eye during a recent WNBA playoff game, sparking a lot of conversation. This brings to mind a life-altering incident. When a distracted driver blew a red light and struck me in 2016, I was on my way to a friend's reunion. I had to have several knee surgery after my automobile was totaled. After an accident, insurance companies frequently attempt to underpay you, which is why I'm thrilled to introduce Morgan & Morgan as our sponsor. If you choose to work with them, they can battle for the best outcome for your case because they are the biggest personal injury legal firm in the nation. They ensure that you are not taken advantage of by the insurance company, regardless of the severity of the accident. The nicest aspect is that you don't have to pay them in advance. You don't have to pay if they lose. Keep in mind your choices in the event of an accident. By clicking the link in the description below, you can begin your claim right away. This video is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan. Because they are aware that a guy who obeys God has a line in the sand and dies for it? No, I would much rather die than do that. You see, religious faith will accomplish that. You will feel so strongly that you won't be allowed to keep enslaving a bunch of people. I will go to fight to abolish slavery because God will punish me for it. Then there are those who say this wasn't an absurd stance contender as Reese was leading the league in rebounding and only a few points behind Clark on average at the time. Regarding my choice for Rookie of the Year. Simply won't allow you to kill unborn children. And on that, I'm going to draw a line in the sand. And I will not compromise on this matter. Religion accomplishes this. They want to destroy it. So you have to destroy free speech before you can destroy freedom of religion. I just wanted to let you know that they have caused a crisis in free speech through social media. Do you not see? I'm going to use the standings as my basis here. She was called out for that because it's just crazy. According to someone who isn't usually a fan of Clark, the rankings would determine who they would pick as Rookie of the Year. Without these Indiana Fever supporters and Caitlin Clark fans tweeting, we, these innocuous WNBA positive lights, couldn't even go out and play. We have to stop it. Elon Musk and X must be stopped on that platform by someone. In case you were unaware, the teams were only a half game apart at this stage of the season. That seems like a reasonable method of evaluating a player's influence. The Sky was currently in the playoffs and just ahead in the standings. I would therefore lean toward Angel Reed's direction. Do you not realize how hurtful it is when someone attacks Honey Dijon Twitter? In order for Honey Dijon to be free, we must eliminate free speech. They're making that argument. And that Brittany Griner, my God. Well, these tweets are worse than being imprisoned in Russia. The fact that the teams were tied at the time of this talk intrigues me. Their victory percentages differed by only 0.4, and they had the same number of games back. I recall it. Do you not understand? Instead of enduring all the hate and hostility she has encountered online, she would prefer to return to Russia and be imprisoned. There is a pandemic, I see. To halt this pandemic, we must develop a social media vaccination. Until the cruel tweet epidemic is handled, let's shut down everything. Brittany Griner can live freely as a result. I would want to play the Brittany Griner clip for you. It was obviously essentially a tie. With 12 games left to shatter a record that has stood for more than 2 seasons, Angel is on an incredible double streak. She's probably already at 11. In addition, no other #1 draft pick is currently on that team, and head coach Teresa Weatherspoon is in her first season. There isn't another all-star on that roster at the moment. The fact that Monica McNutt had to make a decision is what interests me the most about her. She should either stick to her principles or eventually apologize. To her credit, she made the decision to remain in her position. Do you all believe that her decision to double down was the right one? Did you find it amusing that she did it? She announced Caitlin Clark's Rookie of the Year the day after she won a game, and I find it incredibly offensive that some people are criticizing her for that. They appear to be making fun of her and accusing her of being dishonest. I always believe that it's critical to keep in mind that people can be mistaken. Would you rather they insist that Jade Melbourne should have won Rookie of the Year or double down like Sheryl Swoopes? Or do you believe that even Caitlin Clark's harshest detractors should admit that she is incredibly talented? Which side is your favorite? For my part, I prefer that people take responsibility for their errors. This is the problem. You know, it's kind of funny how things change. For example, do you recall the person who used to despise Caitlin Clark? They were certainly not a fan, though I can't remember exactly what they said. But because of Caitlin Clark, the Indiana Fever are now a formidable team. And when people are open to changing their ideas and appreciating genuine skill, I think that's fantastic. You know, it's better than clinging to that negativity. One of the season's most memorable plays was the pass she made to Aaliyah Boston versus Dallas when she was fouled and missed. At first glance, she looked like she was going to dribble in the traditional Steve Nash fashion after making a powerful drive along the baseline. Rather, she dribbled like Steve Nash and went behind her back before being fouled during her cut. The latest remarks made by Monica McNutt against Caitlin Clark have many admirers furious. According to an article from Athlon Sports, McNutt has come under fire for her abrupt change in viewpoint toward Clark. Given that her prior comments appear to downplay Clark's accomplishments, some are wondering if McNutt has announced her choice for Rookie of the Year. Given her earlier remarks in June, which many felt were erroneous, McNutt has come under fire for implying that Clark's ascent has eclipsed the accomplishments of other WNBA players. She maintained that Angel Reese should be named Rookie of the Year based on standings, particularly after Reese's outstanding performance in a game against Seattle, and said that it was insulting to the league to have Clark on the Olympic team. Reese and Clark had almost similar stats at the time, with Clark not even leading the league in assists per game. All things considered, the controversy surrounding McNutt's remarks highlights a larger conflict within the WNBA community around representation and acknowledgement, especially as Clark's stardom keeps rising. She was ranked about 4th in assists per game at this stage of the season, which caused some controversy. But immediately following Monica McNutt's remarks, Caitlin Clark had a fantastic 5-game run that demonstrated her abilities, and Angel Reese struggled with fouls that kept her from scoring the 10 points she required. It was a moment to remember, particularly because the clock was ticking away. Opinions and judgments don't really interest me, especially when people use previous takes to assess present performances. Angel Reese undoubtedly had several times where he was a strong candidate for Rookie of the Year. Although I always believed that it was fair to consider Reese for the title at the time, I personally believe that Clark was the frontrunner. I might have thought of Angel Reese for Rookie of the Year at one time this year, but that has since changed. Although she got off to a great start, Caitlin Clark has been getting better every game. It appears that Angel Reese peaked in June, therefore there is no longer any room for disagreement. You can change your mind on these items at any time. Until Christmas, a lot of people are preoccupied with domestic Rookie of the Year contenders, much as in the NBA. Let's go on to the second tale. Recently, Angel Reese and the Chicago Sky have been in the news. I addressed a few queries regarding Angel Reese's injury in yesterday's video, which focused on Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever's most recent victory. Some others questioned whether the team benched her for some reason or if she pulled out since she didn't win Rookie of the Year. She appears to be really unhappy about the circumstances. A lot of attention is paid to her emotions. The club offered her the chance to play through the agony, but she said she didn't think it was worth it. She chose to opt out because she wants to play basketball for a long time. Hearing that is unexpected, particularly considering how hard her team is working to qualify for the WNBA playoffs. Given that the squad thinks she was healthy enough to play, some would see this as her giving up on her teammates. It's a rather daring position. I really can't stand to see her because of her unconscionable attitude. Did I pretend to be hurt? In case you missed it, she said, let's be honest, during our game versus Iowa, I actually used my ankle like a golf ball. When I'm unable to play, you can see I'm hurt. They must say something like, you must stop, you are unable to play. They were saying that yesterday. She then stated in her very next sentence that they provided her with options for playing and coping with the discomfort. She is thereby contradicting herself. They gave her an opportunity to play even though they urged her to sit. It simply doesn't stack up. To be honest, her attitude is crazy. It's simply so disgusting. Let's get started because, as I've been saying, Kamilla Cardoso is this team's most impressive rookie, and the Chicago Sky truly came alive without Angel Reese. With a score of 192-77, they dominated. Who do you think had a double-double? Cardoso, 10 points, 11 rebounds. She has demonstrated her ability to defend with 3 assists and 2 blocks. It should be noted that many individuals did notice this. Despite my criticism of the Chicago Sky, they were excellent tonight. With everyone contributing, they gave it their all. It was also seen by many individuals. To be honest, without Angel Reese, the Chicago Sky seems to be doing better. I'm glad that the recent buzz in Chicago isn't about any violent incidents. The season for the Chicago Sky without Angel Reese just ended. Additionally, they appear to be settling into a groove. Given that they were missing all of Angel's statistics, many supporters were taken aback by their performance. It is only one game, but there are a lot of things that clicked for the Sky. They were moving the ball efficiently and their offense was exploding. Kamilla Cardoso demonstrated her defensive prowess with a tremendous block, making a big impression. As she declined the shot, she appeared to remark, "Get that trash out, supporters." Observed that the team's performance improved without Reese. They looked great sans Angel, I must say. They seemed to finally gel on the court, and their collaboration was outstanding. They appear to have been misjudged by Cheryl Swoops. Without Reese, they can win. Yesterday morning, I commented, dude, if this team wins 5 of the last 6 games without Angel Reese, whoa, the rest of the team took over, playing with considerably greater coherence and fluidity. The team made significant progress, and Chicago faces some challenges going forward. Look at Cardoso, please. She has some tremendous skills for a player her size, as evidenced by that little touch pass. She dribbles the ball once and scores with ease. It was even shared by the WNBA people.